gets underway.
So, we're going to see a Kids Doms. Doms main hold defense. Nothing too out of the ordinary there. And we're seeing some pretty regular picks on the operators here. Obviously, Habana ban is going to make that downstairs site much easier. Just because it's going to be harder to get all the hatches. I think they're looking at this lineup and they're thinking there's no way they've just gone downstairs. They must be going upstairs right now. I'm kind of looking at the dock mostly at that. And I think Fultz has realized that, and now he's moved to the Thatcher from the Maverick. It would make a lot of sense to stick on the Maverick if they were going downstairs. So I think that's Organized Chaos kind of thought process with the 6th pick going in here. I'm interested in the setup here for Sinister, mostly because bringing the Mute and the Smoke is interesting. I mean, there's no Bandit, right? So I'm kind of feeling like the Mute might play Attic here, and they'll reinforce like the backside of Attic. Either that, or they'll play downstairs in Kitchen. They'll open up the floors a little bit to stop a kid's dorm's windows push.
Yeah, right as you say that, here we go. A lot of utility being deployed in Kitchen, and I like this. For a team like Organized Chaos to be typically the higher up as far as the tier of team is concerned, we're talking about Pro League, Challenger League, the more vertical play you see out of them. Here comes the spawn peak, and right, just so you know, spawn peaks are legal in CCS as long as the attackers have had a chance to move. Rudy, that will not be the last time we see Rudy try that. Fortunately for him, though, he'll back off pretty quickly. Merc, he'll throw some bullets down through the window. But just as I was saying, you were typically going to see more vertical play, more, I guess, advanced map control tactics come out the higher tier a team is, and so the reinforcing the utility deployed and the manpower that they've deployed in Kitchen is something that Sinister really needs to do, and I'm glad to see them doing it.
Yeah, it is good, and they do have that West Main control now, and it looks like they are going for that sort of bottom floor push. Sippin's really going to have it out for him here in Kitchen just to hold it down, but he does have that vertical play into his eyes, but Fultz has managed to crash wall, go the win, and no! There goes one, there goes two, it's Fultz with a double. As Sweater and Sippin both find their heads. That's unfortunate. Anthony here to try and refrag, but that is a really bad situation to be in early on. They've already lost that downstairs control, but Ruti potentially positioned to retake?
Very, very unfortunate, very sloppy. Yeah, Rudy drops down. He's watching an angle. I'm not sure exactly where he came from, whether it was school bus window at the bottom of white, or if he just walked in main lobby and just kind of walked down the hallway. Either way, a absolutely devastating oopsie done by Sinister to start it off. There's still a lot of siege left to be played, so... Oh, and the plant, I believe, is going down. No. There's somebody in there, it appeared, but Prodigy, he'll find one with the fire arrow from all the way out on the roof, and through the window, Rudy will find one, but at the last second, he'll get refrag. Anthony, he'll find one onto Merc, so Sinister will find 2 kills for 1, but that might not be enough, as there's only the smoke left. Merc, he'll actually disconnect from the game, but that's okay. He was already dead. Still a 3v1, a minute left to play. Smoke, only 1 Toxic Babe left in his possession. A very, very difficult defense scenario here for Sinister.
I mean, if you want anyone in this clutch position, it's 100% Anthony on the Smoke. I mean, Smoke is the clutch operator. You still got 1 remote gas grenade. But no, he's going to get baited out, and Art will just shut him right on down. Organized Chaos will take round number 1 here. That is unfortunate. Wow, what a great pre-fire. Nice.
It is unfortunate, and I think I heard the ding of Merc. Yes, Merc having returned, so no rehost necessary. A great first round, and I tell you what, Fultz coming in from the back, tearing up that Kitchen defense, removing 2 of the roamers out of such a strategically held position by Sinister Academy. I need 2 bodies, a lot of reinforcements and other utility brought down. They were all wasted. They hardly wasted any time at all. Basically, Organized Chaos took a little bit of map control, maybe bathroom, maybe small tower, did a little bit of droning, and then here comes Fultz right up from... I mean, it surprised us too. We didn't even see him coming, much less Sinister Academy, so that will be that. He will just tear their defense apart, and they played it very smart and capable the rest of the round, them being OC. And I'm not sure how the fire arrow got a kill, but fantastic job by the Capital there as well.
So what he did was he was in T2 on Big Tower, and you line it up with the bedpost that's in Kids Dorms here, right where Sippin was just there. And if it hits the bedpost, then it kind of expands with the new Capital bolt, how it works. and whoever's playing in between the windows like he was, you're just gonna die. There is just no way out of that situation at that point. And yeah, I really feel bad. I think it was Smurfin. Yeah, no, it must have been Smurfin who was playing there. Yeah, that's just unlucky. But Capital right now is absolutely insane. And he's always been a good operator in Oregon, so I'm not gonna be surprised if we see Capital pretty much every single round here. But we'll see how the rest of this does go down.
So this time they're doing exactly the same setup, but Rudy will lay down a lot of those goo mines in the hallway, so that way, at the very least, if somebody comes in for the flank, they will be forced to shoot them if they can see them, or perhaps actually detonate one of those goo mines into their leg. And here they are, right in front door, pushed up close. I think that they got the intel back that there is nobody nearby in classroom, all the way in kitchen, yes, but they should be safe to enter in through the garage and the main lobby. We do have Sweater. He'll peek out. He'll throw some bullets at the garage, making whoever is in garage know that he is there. I'm not sure if he saw somebody down there, just wanted to throw a couple bullets just in case. Either way, a lot of the attacking coming from the southeast garage side here from Organized Chaos.
So yeah, as you said, it's coming from this kind of north side. It's a big tower, and there's really only two takes you do on Oregon. There's the west main take, and there is this north side tower take. And this is exactly what Organized Chaos are doing right now, as Merc picks up that easy entry kill onto Root, who's now on the Legion rather than the Dock. Losing your Legion that early on is really bad, but Anthony is going to strike back. There goes Art, and that is Buck off the board along with nades.
Yeah, Smoke will just dance. Sorry, this is the Mute, rather. Will dance with somebody inside of meeting. He actually won't back down. He'll see somebody and put some bullets down on him. Merc down to about 30 health, but no, through a small crack in the wall. Merc will find his second, just shooting the shoulder of Sippin. Sippin almost dropped back down to safety, but he decided to stay and duke it out, and that will cost him his life. Here we are in a 3v4. About half the time has gone, so the Roamers will take a little bit of time off, but not quite enough, perhaps, as now we've got Thermite and teammate upstairs, full control of the closet. We still have one of the Roamers down in the kitchen, having not rotated when no action came his way in the first 2 minutes.
Oh, Anthony just about missing that shot there onto Oasis. He's waiting for the go, no-go. I'm thinking that Prodigy at this point should rotate to Highway and try and do some Capital work from there, but Merc still holding down from below, pushing into Zulu. Sweater still trying to rotate around into the kitchen, trying to find this kill desperately onto Merc. He's really not actually put himself in too great of a position here to get flanked, but we're still seeing Sinister holding on. We've only got 30 seconds left to go on the clock. This is really not looking good for Organized Chaos. They are stalling.
Yes, they are, but they're not making much progress whatsoever. There's been bullets going back and forth. There's actually no damage done at all on either side. This will be the last remote smoke canister. And oh, what a come in. He'll actually get the Thermite down, but not finished off. Fultz, he will get one onto Anthony. Smurfin, he will get one onto Fultz with the refrag. The time is ticking away, though. 3v2, only 2 defenders. Here comes the diffuser. Finally, is he protected enough? Maybe. Prod, he'll knock one down. He'll get 2 at the end. And OC will salvage that round. They had the man count up front. Got stalled out for quite a long time. Fultz, with the seemingly never-ending supply of bullets, will round it out, let the plant go down safely, and that will be OC 2 straight.
Really great late execute coming out from Organized Chaos there, but there's a big lack of intel coming out from Sinister right now. They're really not bringing the intel ups that they really need to, or the intel ups that they're bringing, like Maestro, are being dealt with very easily. I mean, so we talk about like Echo versus Maestro, and before, I think, so like the last time that these guys played on Oregon, Organized Chaos did ban out the Maestro. I think they chose to ban out the Echo because of the Thatcher and Twitch buff, which meant that Maestro is much, much easier to deal with now. All you have to do is just EMP, bam, shoot it, dead, instantly. And I also think this is why they're bringing the Thatcher and not the Maverick. We did talk a little bit about how there's a Habana ban, right? And you would think with that, this downstairs side, which we're going to now, would be much, much easier. But in actual fact, it's not really affected it that much, I would imagine. I mean, we still have the mute trick thing going on. I kind of would have liked to see Kaya to be brought here by Sinister Academy. If they actually want to play like their reinforcing E-box, that means they're not going to play too much of a heavy roam game, because if you were, you would open the E-box hatch and you would play the backside. So it's like Sinister are going to play mostly on site, I would imagine, unless they have something else in mind with like a dorms rotate.
Yeah, it's interesting not to see them put any sort of resistance into Meeting Hall. A full turtle downstairs in here, like we said, we wouldn't see the last of the spawn peak, but there's actually a drone right there. He'll lay down right in the doorway, but he just won't see it. Wait, he'll see the head. He'll take some shots. He's missing them all. He gets him. Sweater with the kill on the Fultz. Fultz doing a fantastic job the last round, but here comes Merc. He'll try to cut off the rotation, but no, he'll pull away, allowing the escape.
That is actually devastating. Out of everyone you wanted to not get spawn peek there, you've just lost your Thatcher. This means this mute jammer is going to be insanely powerful now. They cannot get open that laundry hatch. They're going to have to go for that backside take 100% now. And I'm wondering if they knew that they killed the Thatcher, because it was kind of hard to tell who he killed if, you know, you didn't know, right? So maybe they do know, but yeah, we see this big tower take coming through. They're going to open up attic as well, but nade coming in from below to remove that mute jammer. Ruti is going to know it, and they're going to confirm there is no mute jammer there now.
Yes, indeed. And Rudy, he'll see the legs of somebody walking away. He'll actually push up all the way to the end of attic, and it might pay off for him. Can he see Merc through that? No, he won't. Oasis, he'll get a kill, though. Thermite will... What?
Oh.
What?
Oasis,
this is the
no,
final.
what are you doing?
He actually will start the thermite animation and go to grab it off the wall. What just happened there? So unfortunate. Jaeger
I thought this guy... I thought he was going to show me something I'd never seen before, and he just kills himself straight up.
I didn't even know
I thought he was like... He was going to try and, like, thermite trick or something. Bro, I don't even know what's happening. But
I didn't even know you could enter the animation with the charge beginning.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, that is a huge mistake, especially with organized chaos. I mean, they lost their Thatcher and their hard breach, so absolutely no hatch will be open. And here we go. We'll see Merc coming through blue. We'll see two on Harry Potter stairs right now, making it all the way down. They're about to start making things happen. Here comes a grenade out towards the shield. This might connect, but no, Smurfin with the angle will absolutely dome Art. He'll go down. He'll find two. One more onto Prodigy, and Smurfin absolutely locking down the hallway. This is a disaster for OC. Exactly what Sinister needed in order to stop the onslaught from OC in the first two rounds. And Smurfit from the hallway, the Alda. He'll find all three remaining members of OC and Sinister. They'll take their first round here on Oregon.
Sweater win them that round, 100%. That's a really rare occasion where spawn peeking was the right thing to do. It completely caught OC off guard. And you said there was a drone there. Like, what happened with that? The Fultz dies immediately, who's definitely, like, I think he has the second best stats in CCS NA, if I'm correct. Yeah, he's just below Traken and Bolo. Fultz has a 1.18 rating. So, like, and he has one of the best ratings in NACL as well. So this is a high-impact player. On top of that, he's IGL, I believe, for Organized Chaos. And he's the team captain. And he's the Thatcher. And Thatcher dying so early on like that when you have this whole mute tricking situation. That's not good. They had to go for that backside take. I don't know what happened with Oasis, but, I mean, he got it open, I guess. So.
It's brutal to say the least, but here's the thing. Some might call that round gimmicky because of the spawn peak on such an important character, because of the huge thermite mistake. I think those are two things that are unlikely to happen again. The thermite especially, right? But now that they know spawn peaking is a thing, they will be much more aware and take their time out of spawn, because time hasn't been a very big deciding factor in how these rounds turn out. Sure, Organized Chaos had to push a little bit towards the end, but once they started getting the diffuser down with, what, 15, 20 seconds left, the teammates covered really well. So it didn't come down to, like, the last couple of seconds in any case. So taking a couple more seconds to peek out of spawn. And a team like, any high-level team, it's very difficult to spawn peek, especially when they're looking for it. Sometimes they're not looking for it because it doesn't happen very often, right? Nobody would dare spawn peek at this high level of play. But in this particular situation, they'll get a little bit comfortable. They'll pay the price. Highly doubtful that they'll pay the price again.
I still can't get over what was Oasis doing there, man? Oh, no. Anyway, that's something he's definitely never going to live down. But Organized Chaos not looking too strong earlier on, but we're back to what we're known for. Art is going to take out Sippin immediately, and that's going to be a C4 off the board as well. But we now do have Kayad being brought by Ruti. Kind of surprised we didn't see a Kayad earlier. I kind of would have thought we would see encouraged when they went down below, honestly.
So remember we talked a little bit earlier about Sipping on OJ and how his performance seemingly mirrors the performance of the team overall. Him getting shut down early on is not a good sign. Of course, Valk already deploying her utility is really just a gun at that point. But with a player like Sipping on OJ behind that gun, it is a very, very important one to have, utility or not. So drones will come out. They'll see one in kitchen. He'll rotate back into the bathroom. We'll have one at the back of kitchen as well. In the closet, I believe, spotted out, getting pinged constantly. But they will just stand their ground. This is the baseline level job of any roamer, and that is to waste time, and time they are indeed wasting. Half the round gone now. But here comes Thatcher going down to Sweater. That would be the first kill for Sinister, bringing it to a 4v4. Here comes a grenade right through the drone hole. Goodbye. Yep, Sweater. No, Sweater will get another one. One will get down. Oasis will clean it up. But no, he doesn't see Sweater. He'll get a third. Smurf, and he'll find one of his own. It's a 1v3 just like that. In 30 seconds, a flurry of kills, and only Prod, left with the Capital.
How does Sweater get away with that? And 1 HP as well. This guy's insane. And he gets away with it. He gets a 3k out of it. And that, again, Sweater may have single-handedly just won Sinister Academy the round, but it's going to be all down to Prod. Let's see if he can bring it in. It's a 3v1. He does have full utility up, regardless of the claymore being deployed already. And there goes the crossbow bolts as he tries to slowly make his way in. But the Maestro Cam's there. They know exactly where he is. Just hanging outside of Armory Corridor. He's running out of time. Sweater returns back to the site. Another fireball goes down. Prod desperately trying to get to the site, but Anthony won't let him have it. Sinister Academy will take round number 4. Absolutely beautifully played.
That is the Jaeger play that we expect when we see somebody at a high level pick Jaeger, right? Everybody makes fun of the Ash Jaeger main. Everybody, oh, that guy, all he does is play Jaeger. Well, if you're gonna play Jaeger, that's the type of Jaeger you gotta play. I mean, just saying he did a great job is really an understatement there. I mean, Organized Chaos getting the early pick, you know, no damage done. Buck came in there beautifully done, drone at his feet. He had the intel. They didn't even know that the drone was there. The drone kind of hopped in the air and saw the head of somebody on 3-story stairs down near Harry Potter. And the drone just kind of went off to the side, called it out. Easy kill for the Buck. Everything looking great. Barely any time lost. And then here comes Jaeger. So Sweater just going bananas, shutting everybody down. Sinister, the rest of Sinister, rather, just kind of locking into position. Nobody getting overly aggressive. Everybody making sure that they're watching an angle where a refrag will happen if they lose one of their teammates. Smurfin showed us that whenever they actually returned a kill off to Sinister. And the rest of the squad, easy peasy with only one left. Now we got 2-2 here. And ladies and gentlemen, just what we expected. We've got ourselves a match.
Yeah, Sweater really doing the work in these past couple of rounds to bring this in for Sinister Academy. But there's still a mile to go. Oregon, I would say, is kind of slightly defender-sided. I'd say with a hard breacher ban, it definitely is defender-sided. So, I kind of think that this big tower is just not going to end well because Ruti is not playing T3. I would kind of like to see Sweater or Ruti to be playing T3 right now. So Ruti's on something over here in Dining Hall. They've got this whole setup going through into Meeting. Meeting Hall definitely isn't uncommon for doing a big tower take. However, you really need to keep control of T3. OC are really... Oh, what? Excuse me? Yeah, he's happy about that one.
I'd be happy too. I just don't know what happened. Look at that. That gave them the time, right when you were talking about their lack of T3 defense, that gave them the time to go back up and take over. Look at that. We've got multiple up there now.
Anthony's up there now, yeah, so it's all good. Having a smoke is really, really good on that T3 position as well, because you can also open up the vertical play, and then the other teammates can help you to defend that. Capital here is really, really good, especially with the new Capital that we were talking about. Capital to take T3 is pretty much almost essential.
I was just kind of waiting to see what happens with Sweater. I mean, he's just going off right now. It's like an artist painting a picture. He's just painting it with bullets and his enemy's blood, and he will actually push. He hears a lot of activity going down, and there is indeed a lot of activity at the bottom of T3. There's not much resistance down there by the defense either, so they might try to go for a sneaky little crouch in behind A plant. That's yet to be determined, though. Somebody beating on the castle window. The smoke will hear it. Oh, and actually, Fultz is down outside. Not sure how that happened. Anthony, he'll kill Prod, so now it's effectively a 5v2. Fultz looking like he's about to bleed out. I'm not sure exactly what happened. Smurfit, he'll be weak way up in the top, but protected behind the shield. No, it looks like about half of him is gone, and his teammate's not going after him. There's still plenty of time left, but I think they're worried about whoever downed him in the first place coming out and preying on him. And the run out will happen. Sweater, he'll find another one. Sweater is just running all over the place, and Sinister, after losing heftily the first 2 rounds, has turned this completely on its head. 5v2, 1 minute to go.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that Ruti peeked him out from garage. He's going to try and get away with it again. I think that actually might be Sweater trying to push around and see what he can do. But yeah, this is super aggressive coming out from Sinister Academy right now. And OC just don't have an answer for it. Yes, Sweater again with a prone angle. Takes down Art, says goodbye. It's all down to Fultz in a 1v5 clutch situation. He sees one on satellite window to try and take him out of it. You can't quite find the gun just yet. Ruti sending some heals Smurfin's way. It's 30 seconds left to go on the clock. Fultz still trying to find any angle he can. Pushes through onto cargo and sees what he can do with the pre-fires, but he just can't find an angle. He's basically just wasting time and saving the op at this point. He gets peeked out by Ruti and shuts him down. Sinister Academy will take round number 5 in their 3rd defense of the trot. And most importantly, Ty, that's a big tower defense. That's a big round.
After losing the first 2 rounds on preferred defensive sites, they've just completely pulled a 180. I was going to say, you know, it's more demoralizing when you're 1v5 and you've got about 20 health. Hearing Doc shots go off, right? Hearing stem pistol shots go off. Healing up all the 5 members of the other team. Just getting ready for the battle that's just darn near impossible. Not impossible, but pretty darn close. But yes, here we go to round 6. So this will be the final defensive round for Sinister Academy. And Laundry Supply will unlock for them to attempt to defend. The only time that they have attempted to defend it, they were successful, losing their first 2 straight upstairs to Organized Chaos's attack. But here we go into round number 6. OC will obviously attempt to bring it back here and finish the half in a tie.
Yeah, I mean, 4-2 scoreline is kind of what you would expect on Oregon's first half. So I think Sinister would be pretty happy to come away with the 4-2 here, but losing those first 2 rounds has really... It's like, it's not put them in a bad position. It's more put them in a position where, okay, you'd expect them to be here at this point, right? But it's kind of put them off of where Organized Chaos are probably going to end up taking this map just because of how well they've done in Oregon in the past. This was Sinister Academy's chance to win a lot of the defenses, like bring us to a 5-1 or even a 6-0, and really put the pressure onto OC, because if Sinister Academy can take this map in the end, and they might still do that. Are they going to reinforce E-Box again? Yeah, they did. Okay. If they can do that, then the pressure really is on for Organized Chaos, because I don't think they're going to take border.
I don't know what to expect. I just don't. And here comes what I believe is, yes, indeed, the spawn peak attempt again. And I like how they're not backing down, but I also like how they're not really just doing it every round, right? So it's expected, but also unexpected. They don't know when it's coming out. So I like that. It didn't pay off this time, but it's not a detriment to them in any way. But here comes, oh no! Oh, Sweater. I don't know. I don't know if you're a bit behind me, but Sweater will just start things off again in ridiculous fashion by smacking poor Ash off the board.
That's just poor drone work coming out from Organized Chaos for that to allow to happen. But it's not going well. It's about 2 minutes and 5 seconds in left on the round count, and you see Sippin just holding down to the bathroom. What? Oh my god, what is happening here?
Yep, Sippin will get one on Art. Oh, one will run in. Sweater, he'll get another one up in Armory, and now OC spread out all over the place. No refrag potential. Sippin will get another. Are you kidding me? And the roam game from Sinister is picking Organized Chaos apart with barely any damage coming to Sinister at all. And here we go. Thatcher, all by his lonesome yet again. He will start peeking around the corner, so it's Arma here. Pre-fire, but no, he'll lose it to Sweater. Are you kidding me? And Sweater is going absolutely ballistic right now. Again, losing the first two. Sinister was down 0-2. Now they will end the half 4-2, giving Organized Chaos a much-needed break, at least in their roles, as they will defend.
Just lost 4 rounds in a row. That has got to be really demoralizing for OC at this point, where Sweater has just decided to wake up after 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds he didn't do too well. I don't think he got a kill in the first 2 rounds. He wasn't doing that well. Then he decided, actually, oh, I can't lose this game. And he's woken up. And he's spawn peeking. And he's killing people. And he's taking them off the board. And he's 10-2 in 6 rounds. We said it in the preamble. We said about how much of an impactful player Sweater can be. And we're seeing exactly that happen. Nomad coming out from Sippin and OJ. And the Pulse coming out from Merc.
Yeah, so we're going to get a nice long look at the scoreboard here. Sweater sitting on 10 kills through the first half. Absolutely. I mean, just OC, since he started having success, OC has not found an answer at all. And because Sweater's been doing so good, we'll go back to talking about Sippin on OJ and how he does compared to how his team, or how the team in general does. And that's given Sippin on OJ the opportunity to find his footing, the other roamer. And with both of their powers combined, it has been a Sinister show for the last 4 rounds. Here we go. We're going to flip sides.
The issue that I see here now is Sweater's on attack. You can't spawn peek on attack.
That's true, but they only got, what? Did they get more than 1 kill off of spawn peaks?
I mean, he got 2 kills off of spawn peaks, technically, really, depending on your, like, kind of definition of a spawn peak. Well, and then he shut down pretty much immediately. Yeah. Oh, Ruti.
Hello.
Playing patiently. He sees him. Peekaboo, peekaboo, peekaboo.
Hello?
It's like playing whack-a-mole, but Ruti's just holding this angle very passively. The white peak coming out, but Ruti is not going to fall to it. Wow, that was aggressive from Merc.
Yes, it was, but it paid off. It got Ruti way down, forced him to retreat all the way back into blue. And Sweater will just absolutely go ham, but he will get shut down finally. I cannot remember the last time I've seen Sweater die. Prod will finish him off 4-4. Now, Ruti, just a little bit of damage being done, and 1 minute off the board already. Well, run out will be fruitful for Fultz as he'll find one onto Smurfin, and that will be the Thatcher gone. And just as we talked about when the Thatcher got spawn peaked, as Sippin will be firing all the way across to main stairs, is now you can't do much about the mutes that we find throughout the map.
I'm just amazed the White Stairs run out even happened when there's Nomad on the board. I really thought that if you see a Valkyrie in the team, that's like one of the first things you should Nomad. But I'm interested where Sippin actually put his air jabs. But there we go. We'll see how it does go down. Sinister actually do have quite a lot of utility still on the board to go. As long as you still have this Nomad and the Capitao, this upstairs take is definitely very possible. Considering also on the front of that, you've got no pulse now. You've lost a Nitro. And most of your setup is set to deny this kid's Dom's push.
Yes, it is. So the first minute happened quickly. There's 2 deaths, a lot of action, a lot of map control. The second minute is exactly what Sinister needed to do. They needed to calm down. Their pace was very fast, very intense for so long, and it was successful. But you saw their top fragger, the one who led the charge at being so aggressive, get shut down. And so they slow it down too. Anthony, he'll find one on Oasis. Here goes the diffuser getting planted. I'm not sure exactly where. Prod, he'll run out, not anywhere close to sight, see if he can get something. And there it goes. The diffuser will go down. There will go Art and Prod, 1 apiece, though. 3v1, only Sippin left far away from the planted diffuser. The diffuse, or the counter diffuse will go off. Fultz, he'll pick up 2. One of them is teammates, but that won't matter at all. The diffuse will go down. And Organized Chaos, a breath of fresh air as they win their first defense.
He didn't kill his teammate. He denied his teammate, because otherwise Sippin would have got the kill.
Well, actually, he strategically uses his teammate as a shield. And when he was ready to fire, he put his teammate down so he would, you know, go down to the ground a little bit quicker so he could get the bullets through.
Exactly.
That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
So if you ever hear that he's a TKer, that's the story that you stick to.
That's just false.
It's a good start for OC there. I mean, it was kind of shaky at the start there, but we did get through. I think really this is really going to be the game of shutting down Sweater before he can really do anything. He got Merc, and then instantly he gets traded, and OC really need to play a very, very tight defense if they want to bring this in. They're going to go to a laundry supply room defense. Their lineup is looking pretty similar to what Sinister's lineup were looking when they went down here.
Yep, and it looks like a lot of bodies heading upstairs to attempt to reinforce the meeting hall. We'll see exactly what their strategy is. And there goes the rest of them after a mute jammer was placed and a couple of holes were opened up. Crawl space and some sight lines. And they'll actually double reinforce the pantry as opposed to Sinister leaving a rotate into kitchen. So typically, when you see something like that, if a lot of resistance gets put on you from attic or in the back of meeting, then instead of trying to rotate around kitchen and do something fancy back towards main hallway or main lobby, they'll just drop down and turtle set.
This is actually almost the exact same setup that Sinister Academy used when they went down here with this whole attic hold. They'll put a mute jammer onto the backside of attic looking into big tower to stop a quick big tower take, because we did talk about how it's really only ever a west main take or a big tower take. I think Sinister are probably favoring the west main take considering where most of their operators and drones are right now. So they are going to be pushing through there, potentially through a meeting hall take. I think with the thermite here, it's slightly better to do a backside take rather than go for the front side laundry take, but it really just depends on what you want to do here. I mean, you do have the Capitao, and there is no mirror available, so that does make things slightly easier for that front take, and also with the new Maestro debuff as well, that does make it easy when you have a Thatcher to try and go for that front take. So there's pros and cons to doing both sides.
I like Merc's position here at the top of the basement stairs. It's a very high risk, high reward. He'll see somebody in kitchen, but not, I guess, in time to take the shots, as we saw Rudy solo over in that area. He'll rotate back, try to help somebody somewhere else, and hear the window get broken up in the second part of 3-story. And oh, the head is misaligned just so little. As Fultz will come to his aid, that'll be okay, as the attacker will back off. And a lot of time being wasted here, as the attackers just don't know where it's safe or profitable for them to start their approach, at least after a little bit of map control.
Yeah, Organized Chaos really isn't letting Sinister have any of their picks right now, so Sinister just said, okay, that's fine. We're just going to go for the front side take then. You see this Maestro Cam is set up to watch for that plant whatsoever, and Ruti is going to get into position to put down some Capital balls. This also means they don't have to do the work to finish out Meeting Hall. They can just push purely on this front side, go for the smokes, go for the flashes, burn the ADSs, get into the site, and waste this utility. There's no echo as well, so there's very limited plant denial options here for Organized Chaos. They only have one C4 and they have 3 smokes. That's basically all their plant denial.
Yeah, we heard that C4 rip also. But they are watching on the Maestro cams intently. We've got the diffuser carrier at the bottom of main stairs ready to go. Toxic Babe number 1 will come out. Merc is just making all kinds of angles. He'll see one, but no! Smurfit will find him first. Back down through the hatch. It's a 2-way hole. Fultz will get hit by the Nomad charge. Get on his caboose. Oasis, he'll find one up close. Sippin, he'll find one upstairs. Art with the refrag. Kills going back and forth. 3-3. 30 seconds left. 3-3-3 all over the place. Here comes the last smoke back into the laundry basket where the diffuser is incapacitated at the moment. We've got that black guy, that evil cam, not the black guy, that would be Valk. It would be the evil eye watching. They know where the diffuser is exactly. They'll see 2 come down. They'll start sending a laser beam, so it'll get down, but not before smoke gets down as well. Remember, he's already used all of his smokes. The plant will go down. It is getting hit non-stop. He'll get it down before Smurfin finds Art. 2v3, the diffuser is down. Smoke just a smidge of help. Oasis, he'll finish off the Buck. Smurfit, he'll find one. Only one more to find, and that would be the Maestro way back. He'll come up underneath the hatch trying to see if he can get anything. They will make any sort of mistake. Half the diffuser time already gone. He'll have to push up. He goes to main stairs. He'll actually get some bullets up on to Sippin.
Oh.
One will back off. Prod. He'll find one on the Smurfin. He'll have to find the other quick. He'll run upstairs. He'll see the head, but not react in time. He'll drop back down to attempt the defuse. But he will not be able to, as the drop will come down and an easy pickup from Sippin on OJ. Sinister, a very, very patient end game there to pick up their first win on attack.
Almost. almost threw it away, but it's okay. He didn't pull a Renton. We're all good, and we are going to be going 5-3 to Sinister Academy right now. And Sweater not doing as well on the attack as he was on the defense.
Well, no, not necessarily. He got shut down in his first attacking round. He got 1 kill that round. So
I mean, he did. So he's like, he's planting, and he's on a sliver of HP. He gets the plant down, but he dies doing it, and that's really like, that's the hero move, right? That is dying for the plant. So
yep.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they can't win the round without him there, so he did well indeed. Round number 9 getting underway now. We'll see another laundry room and supply room defense coming up from Organized Chaos, and we'll see exactly what they want to do with that. It's looking a pretty similar setup from them, but Fultz is going to change from the Dock onto the Legion. Very similar change to what Ruti did. Oh no, we see Valkyrie.
A beautifully done 6-pick, the buck to the buck for Sinister. And here we go. This will be a basement Mark II for OC. We'll see if they do anything different. Appears to be the same basic setup that they had before. Some sight lines and some rotates getting open, and then everybody scurrying up to meeting hall, which they did a pretty good job of holding last time, and it forced Sinister to waste a lot of time, about a minute before they finally gave up and decided to attack the front. That ended up being successful merely because they were able to get that diffuser down.
So, round number 9 getting underway. We'll see another laundry basement. And honestly, from Organized Chaos, it's almost identical to what they were doing last time. So I was actually a little bit wrong with how they set this up. What they did is they did a rotate through both sides of the top floor of Attic, and they only reinforced partly the right side onto the master side wall. But Merc looks to get very aggressive with things early on, it seems. I feel like this is going to be like a little bit more of an aggressive hold. Partly maybe because they have Fultz now as well with the Valkyrie cameras, and they can play more aggressively off that. But as I say it, they reinforce the rotate off in kitchen.
As you say it. Yes, the attack will commence though onto 3-story. Probably will have this little sucker set up underneath the split part of the entrance of Meeting Hall. A very good spot if you have an unsuspecting hard breacher attempt to place something down onto the hatch to open it. You can get the thermite off of that hatch if they don't do their due diligence. Remember seeing that quite often when that spot was first discovered, that you could kind of see underneath that doorway. But here we go, a very aggressive run up the stairs by Oasis. We'll get a little bit of damage done to him, but he will safely make it back all the way back downstairs. Rudy holding a very tight angle down through into Meeting Hall. He'll see somebody but not have the reaction time to get the bullets off. So pre-fire to cut off any cross, as the thermite will open up the back of rear stage. So now it is open, but that will force the defenders to drop back down. It looks like a full turtle now from OC.
Definitely. So, moving further through in this round, we do see a lot of control now for Sinister Academy as they start to move through on this Meeting Hall take. So a little bit of a different take as well from Sinister, as they have got that much control that they would need for this take. I mean, yeah, exactly. Like, they've shut down all of the roam potential, but they really need some sort of entry at this point. They have managed to force Merc back into the objective, and Anthony's now opened up the L hatch. Sweater's got this open as well, waiting for anyone to try and rotate up laundry stairs. They've completely trapped OC in the basement.
That timing there. I love how Rudy kept repeating. Rudy. No, not Rudy. Sippin. I love how Sippin kept re-peeking that same angle. He got a lot of damage down onto Merc. Merc will finally escape. Anthony holding angles, but the time is ticking away. There's still 10 people left alive and not a lot of time to play with here. Merc kind of holding the back end of the B-bomb site. Not a very concise commitment by Sinister. Anthony, he'll find the first onto Merc. Prod will refrag right away with a very interesting spot. He's all the way on Laundry Basket. Nobody expecting that at all. No drones to tell him otherwise. Rudy, he'll find one. With his teammates now in control of B, Oasis get forced back. Art, he'll find one with the shotgun, as will Oasis, but the plant will go down. 3v2, Thatcher and Thermite, but no, they'll pull off the plant, and oh, what bad timing as Art detonates a C4 right on the feet of Anthony. Smurfin will scramble, he'll get a kill, he'll have to put the diffuser down, but the time is out, he can't pull off, and Fultz, an easy cleanup, will bring OC their second successful attack round in three attempts.
Unfortunate. Also, that new Nomad change as well coming into effect there, where you can hear it, kind of makes like a buzzing noise. So not quite as effective as she used to be, but still can be pretty devastating to those who aren't quite paying attention. But then we see Howlfalls to be able to rotate back down to the site, and yeah, like a really good early execution coming out from Sinister. I feel like their issue there is that they're over relying on the Capitale to get them into the site and get the plant down. Maybe something like a Ying would be a little bit better here. I know that Sippin is somewhat infamous for his Ying plays. I think that a Ying would be slightly better than a Nomad here, honestly. Like that backside take is honestly really hard to get control, especially when you don't have the picks.
Yes, so we'll see the Smoke get 6 pick to a Bandit. Interesting. So they are going upstairs. Some, I guess, could say that Smoke maybe not as helpful. I mean, I don't know. It depends on whether or not they take that master bedroom closet approach. But indeed, he'll actually 6 pick again over to Legion. So we'll have a Mute, Valk. We'll have the Jaeger and the Doc. Doc being brought out quite a bit. Mr. Stern, what do you think that is?
You bring the cog, you just shoot people, it's easy. There's no Maestro this time, though. That's kind of like my biggest concern here, is they brought the Legion rather than the Maestro. So that means that Merc has to now bring the Bulletproof. That also might be why they brought the Doc. Just get that Bulletproof. I mean, OC are playing pretty heavily off Intel at the moment. And obviously that's kind of what you want to do. That is an Intel-based game, right? Especially on defense, where it's much harder to get that kind of stuff going on. There has been a lot of Doc. I think the Doc is fine for how OC is using it. I'm honestly just a little bit confused of why we've not seen much Maestro right now, but Merc is going to go for the spawn kill, it looks like.
Yes, he will. He'll hold it for a little bit longer than Rudy dare hold it. Just looking to see if he'll cross anybody. And he's not too far off the mark. I think he's just going on intuition that there might be somebody maybe doing a little bit of droning. They did drone him down in main lobby. So it's very likely he'll probably guess. And there you see the head. He'll shoot some bullets out. He'll do a little bit of damage to Thatcher, but not secure the kill. Shots will go back up, but Doc will rotate all the way back out. Check out at it. Make sure nobody's poking at the backside of it. Got to waste a good chunk of time as well. It was about 50 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, they definitely have wasted a lot of time, and this is what you want to do. And OC has been pretty good at doing this so far, not letting Sinister Academy get the picks that they so desperately need to get into the site. But Merc from the attic is going to lay so many bullets into Sippin, but is not going to be able to take him down. Sweater on the Jackal moving in, so a little bit of a roster change here as well. As you see, Sweater on the Jackal. Sweater plays a decent amount of Jackal, and he's a really good operator. I mean, he is just tracking you. It basically turns into a 4v5 at this point, and that is going to give you the pick that you need.
Yeah, Rudy will chase one out with the firebolt and into his bullets. He'll be art off the clock. And speaking of nerfs that we were talking about Nomad earlier, didn't the MP5 get a damage nerf as well? So that might be responsible for not being able to close the kill. Oasis, he'll find one back on Rudy with the refrag just a short time later, and that will be the Capitale off the board. One of his fire bolts being shot, but still 3 in his pocket for later use. 3 multi-purpose bolts, that is. Sippin very weak, as is Sweater. Smurfin, he'll have a little bit of damage done. 4 full health defenders. 1 minute left to go. And it seems to be a little bit of a small. They're trying to work with somebody out of kitchen. There's one person in kitchen that's just giving them a really, really hard time. They will decide to give up. Oh, Merc will just barely see the shoulder. He'll hold the angle. He'll see the tip of the gun down below, too, in the squatting position. He'll rotate back to a little bit more safety, watching that attic there. The closet is open. He'll walk out into a pre-fire, get a lot of damage done. He'll get a lot of damage done, I believe, back onto the buck. Anthony will see some feet. He'll shoot some bullets, but not be able to connect. Sweater, he'll get one. The push-up by Smurfin will be victorious. He'll find one as well. 2v4. Very, very weak squad here in Sinister, but they have the man advantage. Here comes Sippin with the skeleton key. He'll clear the corner. He'll get it. Sweater, he'll find one, 2 on Prod. And that would be Sinister winning another, and more importantly, going to map #1 point.
These are all the marbles right now. Sinister Academy have a really big chance of a big upset here because Border is definitely their map. I would honestly argue, I don't think Organized Chaos is going to be doing well on Border. I might be proven wrong. I would say that this was supposed to be Organized Chaos' map, given their earlier performance and given their performance overall in Oregon across Challenger League and CCS. This is not looking good for them at all. This is very, very surprising. I mean, we could definitely go to overtime here. And for those of you who aren't aware, because it's the grand final, we have infinite overtime, which means you have to win decisively by 2 in overtime. Other than that, we just keep on going. So, yeah, we actually hold the record, I believe, for the longest competitive match during our qualifier of a 28-round game, I want to say.
We certainly do. It was 32 rounds.
32 rounds. That's even longer.
I was there. I casted that match with Flynn. For those of you that, I won't get into the whole story, but Flynn casted that from about the worst chair you could ever imagine. And I think by the grace of somebody, donated the money to buy him a new gaming chair just because of that. So that was pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was. But moving through now into match point, the attacks have looked much, much better. And you can tell that Sinister Academy are much, much happier with that kind of role change that they made themselves. They are going to be bringing the Jackal yet again. Organized Chaos not looking too good here all of a sudden, and it's kind of getting to the point where that Jackal pick may have completely changed around the strategy here, because you can see that what I was talking about before, where Organized Chaos are playing safe, you know, they're getting these initial peaks off, basing them off intel, but they're not giving picks away where they don't need to. They're playing safe, but then all of a sudden you're getting Jackal dragged. All of a sudden there's a Capital Bolt in your face. All of a sudden you can't play safe anymore. You end up having to give them picks. And Sinister Academy are playing off that Jackal so well, but almost Merc losing his head. What is this? Oh, no.
I love how they both re-peak that. But only Sweater will get the backside of that engagement, having a little bit of damage done to him. Not incredibly too much, but could make a difference in a game like this. Losing about 10, 15 health there. But here we go. About, again, the spawn peak, very, very heftily responsible for wasting a lot of time. It's something that can be, you know, as long as you don't give away your life, which happens quite a bit when you're spawn peeking against a very high level team, then it can actually be a pretty darn good time waster, especially if you go around knocking a few holes in windows. Now you're slowing a bunch of people down because they really got to take their time approaching the building, because you can pop out at the window at any time. And that's what seems to be happening here. Sip and he'll take some refuge here in Meeting Hall, but no teammates, I believe, at all nearby, and a beautiful black eye camera will be calling to his teammates his every move, and they know he's in there solo too. A lot of gun barrels pointed in Meeting Hall's direction. 1 minute and 30 off the clock now, as here comes the second person into Meeting Hall. Art, he'll decide to take that opportunity to maybe just throw a little quick bullets through there, and he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing. He's saying, hey, I'm still here, I'm still a threat, and look at that. Meanwhile, Merc will come over from Classroom and eliminate Sippin, who's paying attention to the person who keeps poking bullets through the kitchen closet. And now 3 defenders in kitchen.
Yeah, and yeah, Merc is going to go downstairs. He's going to heal up his teammate. And Sinister Academy are struggling for the picks that they were so desperately getting last time. But they do have everything set up for the push. 1 minute left to go on the clock. And everything is just going to go down. Sweat with a pre-fire. Takes out Prod. But can't find another one. As Art will shotgun him down. Anthony with the plan going down. C4 going to miss from Art. There's 50 seconds left to go on the clock, and Anthony will successfully plant the diffuser. They cannot deny it. Rusi takes down Merc. It is a 3v2 as the scores of kills start to come in. Both sides, Smurfin eliminates Fultz. This is not looking good for OC on the retake.
Wow, Sinister being able to get that down, being able to get it to a 2v2, fantastic job. But Oasis, he'll find one, only one left with about 5 health. He'll peek the corner, he'll hop over the railing. Can he see it? Yes, he'll stop the defuse denial. But Art, he'll peek out and get it and still have plenty of time left. What a back and forth. Rounds do not get much closer than that. Art, great job with the refrag there at the end. Just not enough health to get them both by Sinister. And Organized Chaos will stay alive for one more round. They will have one more opportunity to bring this into overtime. Going into round 12 now. It is still match point for Sinister. And for those of you wondering, I believe it, yes, it is indeed just a 3-round overtime, as it has been all season long.
So, we're going to go to a rear stage and watchtower defense now for Organized Chaos. Let's see exactly how that is all going to go through. This was really successful for Sinister. This is like a very, very defining moment, right? Because Big Tower is one of the most it's like just so hard to defend. And while I agree with the castle pick here, I still feel like you kind of need the smoke.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is the second time we've seen Organized Chaos we've seen them not bring the smoke quite a bit. Upstairs, they didn't bring the smoke. And here, it's really, this is such a hard spot to defend. I've actually been very surprised with the success rate that we've seen on this site this season. I'm not sure why. I think it's more people just don't know how to attack it versus it being easy to defend. And we've seen it, the only time that we've seen it today, it's been defended successfully, and that was by Sinister earlier. This will be Organized Chaos's attempt. Sinister, this is probably a best-case scenario to close it out right here without having to go into overtime on a site that is less preferable than, of course, the two primary sites. Here we go. We'll have to wait and find out. Again, they were successful in defending it. Can they be successful in attacking it? We'll have to wait and see. Otherwise, map number 1 in this best of 3 will be Sinister's.
Yeah, and so it looks like a West main take is going to come out from Sinister so far. I mean, the T3 take straight up is very, very possible here from Ruti. Having the Capital here is obviously essential if you want to try and do that. Also kind of interesting that Ruti's using the Para rather than the M249 with the ACOG, which is what most Capital players tend to prefer these days. Merc getting very aggressive with the Jaeger. He's going to be playing up here with those ADSs in position as well. T3, pretty hard position for you to play, but it is very, very possible, and Merc has played this position before. He is no stranger. As you see, Art is still making his way on the stage and just opening all up onto the backside of the meeting hall. There's a lot of movement from Sinister here, but it's not very clear where their attack is actually going to be coming from.
It's not very clear at all, and already a minute gone. So Sinister very slow to the bat. Fultz, he'll find the first kill of the round on the Sweater. Sweater, the absolute phenom in the defensive rounds, has slowed way down here on attack and is a very, very good operator for Organized Chaos to get off the board early with none of his utility being deployed. Here comes some flashbangs out to burn up the ADSs up top, but that second one will miss. Look at the drone in. They'll know that, yes, Jaeger is indeed still up at the very top, but they are definitely not in a position right now to force him out of there. He is sitting very comfortably up top. Here's one by the window, but no, Fultz will find him as he's getting off rappel, running out from kitchen, or dining rather. And now only 3 remain on Sinister. Not looking good at all. Oasis, he'll find one. I'm not even sure where from. He'll actually run all the way out. He'll find the Claymore too and get rid of it. He'll get killed on the rotate, but it might be too little too late. Well, right as I say that, Rudy find 1-2. It's a 3v2. Still a minute left to go. So just like that, a very, very large swing. Except that he'll rotate back out to safety. And now we have a round on our hand, ladies and gentlemen. The diffuser will be picked back up by Sinister.
We definitely do. Sippin will manage to rotate all the way through to tier 2. He does now have the diffuser in hand, ready to plant. Ruti covering all the way from T3. The plant is starting to go down. They're trying to make their way up the stairs. Ruti shuts down Fultz and any kind of maneuver he could pull off. The refrag attempted to come through, but the plant has gone now down from Sippin as he managed to pick up a kill onto Art of his own. The prefast come through and Ruti takes down Prod. And there we go. Sinister Academy take round number 12. They take the match point here on map number 1. And they will eliminate probably quite a lot of the hopes and dreams of Organized Chaos.
Yeah, I mean, Sinister, when the Sinister attacked upstairs versus Organized Chaos, they almost like just won out of nowhere. It was that 1v2. He stopped the defuse, deny, couldn't get the second kill. This time, too, it just looked like it wasn't going to happen for Sinister. But yes, indeed, they managed to pull it out. So Sinister will, from the clutches of I don't even know what, will somehow manage to finish it out without overtime, something I don't think any of us expected. Remember, in this matchup, we had, what, 66% of people picking OC to win. And still, those people who picked OC on the Strafe app still have the opportunity to win, but OC's going to have to win both of the upcoming maps in order to do that.
That was insane. That was one of the most insane maps that I've ever seen Oregon being played on. Kind of defining of an A as well. of how insanely aggressive that ended up being, but we're now going to be heading to Border, which, as I said, Sinister Academy have not played during the regular season at all. They did play yesterday against Ocean Creatures, which I believe they won 7-1.
They did. They did win 7-1. Didn't play it all season long. Perhaps it was no intel. I mean, again, this is the playoffs. Now, of course, this is the grand final. Yesterday's the semifinal. Lots of money on the line, whether you win or lose. So it's definitely some time that you're going to attempt to do counter-stratting of some sort, and there's just no intel from Sinister. So that was actually a pretty good pick. I mean, everybody knows how to play Border. Every North American team knows how to play Border. Sinister, all 4 seasons in CCS, they know how to play Border. Even though they haven't gone there for one reason or another, whether it's them banning it out, whether it's the other team, whether that's just how the dice roll came out at the end of the banning phase, it's just, I think that they don't have any problem with Border at all, despite their lack of playing it thus far.
So Organized Chaos have played Border during the Challenge League regular season. They played against Vicious Gaming, and they took it 7-5. They banned Glaz and Maestro, although I still think this kind of like Maestro ban coming out from OC is pre-Maestro nerf, and so they'll probably start to ban Echo a little bit more because he's harder to deal with in certain ways, and OC have been running quite a lot of Thatcher. So maybe we'll see the Maestro ban still, maybe because that's kind of more specific to Border, because in Oregon you are normally bringing Thatcher, whereas in Border you don't necessarily need to bring Thatcher. It's going to be interesting. The operator bans, I think, definitely going to be attack ban. OC is going to be Glaz, just because they ban out Glaz almost every single game.
That was your call played last, and true to form, that's exactly what they did. But anyway,
unless they have something very specific in mind, like on Clubhouse, where they normally ban like a Thatcher or a Maverick, they've normally banned Glaz, even in Challenger League.
Yes, they did. So we're going to take a very short break in between maps. Don't go anywhere. This is the grand finals. This is it. The winner of this best of 3 will win CCS Season 4. Take that top prize of $5,000. Second place will get $2,500 if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of money on the line. Sinister will take the first one. And we will take a short break. We will be back in just a minute.
I can feel it somewhere inside, haunting like a drug I keep on wanting. There's a love that fits so perfect, it's hard to believe. There's a reason I can feel my heart stop beating, and the air gets tough just breathing. I'm alone, but I'm still feeling like someone's with me. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me, like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there. It's strange, I know. time is unfair, 'cause I know you're out there somewhere, patient, waiting unaware, feeling like your grip might slip too soon. But I'm running, chasing speed and gunning. I'll be right there all of a sudden. I feel your heartbeat lead me straight to you. It's strange, I know, but I feel like you're here with me. It's like chasing ghosts. I know you're out there.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I just wanted to give the teams a short timeout. This is the finals, after all, to reconvene, talk about what they did, and let's talk about what Sinister did there. Listen, I've seen Sinister play through every single season of CCS, and they've always played well, right? That's how they keep coming back. They didn't get eliminated because they did so bad and then have to requalify. They've done well enough in every single season that they were auto-invited back to CCS. All 4 seasons. And I have seen Sinister play this season a couple of times where I'm like, that's not the Sinister that I know. But the Sinister that I saw in the semifinals and the Sinister that I saw in map 1 is one of the truest to form Sinisters that I have seen thus far. And for them to bring it like that in the finals, nonetheless, it is exactly what they needed to be doing. If they can keep this up, I don't see OC with their handicap of not wanting to show any crazy strats that they're saving for CL. I don't see them coming back.
Well, we'll be getting into the game now. It's going to be Organized Chaos for Sinister Academy here on Border. And Sinister Academy, of course, are 1-0 up. And this is now Sinister's map pick. We'll see the first ban coming out. It's going to be Organized Chaos. We'll, of course, ban out the Glaz. They'll start out on the defense. Sinister Academy, maybe ban out the Jackal here, although that really wouldn't make that much sense. No, they're going to ban out the Habana. So Habana again for them. Probably going to be the Mirror ban for Sinister Academy and Organized Chaos. Probably good about the Echo, I would imagine.
Well, we see, like you said before, the Glaz will get banned. That is for sure. The Habana getting banned, so nothing. And there goes the Mirror. So we're seeing just basically a repeat of what we saw the last game. I would be surprised to see the Echo gone here as well, just to kind of continue doing what it is that they've been doing.
Yeah, definitely. So, we'll see how that does go through. Could be potentially the Maestro here as well, but no, it will be the Echo. And still, I kind of attribute this to the fact that Maestro's had to change recently. He's much easier to deal with. Twitch can hit his camera, opens it up a little bit, and Thatcher can also do the same thing. So, it's a little bit easier to deal with Maestro, which means that Echo, in those last-second situations, is going to be a lot more powerful, and it could be a lot more of defender favored, especially if you're not bringing in IQ. So I guess we'll see. But Sinister Academy will start out on the attack this time, and we'll see exactly what they can do with this. Border, as I said, is a kind of tried and tested map for both of these teams. But honestly, both of these teams haven't actually played a huge amount of Border in actual matches over the past 3 months.
No, they haven't. So, but I'm excited to see it. I mean, it's been an NA staple for as long as it's been in competitive. Even the very first season that Border became available to play in the competitive map pool, it was extremely popular in North America. And we've seen all sorts of craziness happen, especially when Mira came out. We've seen people do just about everything you think of. Now, of course, you see, Mira on Pillbox, Mira in Small Office, Mira in Fountain. I remember when people were putting Mira on the wall looking down the hall towards East Stairs from CCTV. We've seen all sorts of iterations happening as the operator pool, but now with the operator bans, we don't see Mira very often, as well as we see previously. It was probably more prone to being Maestro getting banned over the Echo, but now with the nerf, We're seeing Echo get banned out a little bit more often. Glaz, of course, ever since he's been able to see through smoke, he's been a very game-changing operator where you can just blow open pillbox, throw down some smokes. He'll cover because there's typically not going to be a defender hiding behind half wall that's going to be able to survive very long unless they get some cheeky picks. We'll have Glaz covering, and then you just kind of run in and plant right up against the wall into small office. So it's interesting to see how Border has evolved, and NA has kind of embraced it the whole way through. But here we go. We will return to Border on what could be the last NA map in Season 4, unless OC can turn things around.
One of my also thoughts going into this map as well with the map bans is that Organized Chaos are completely fine with going to Border because they've only played Border once during the Challenger League season. And that's not a great start. Wow. Parade all the way from from Customs into Passport, go for the wallbang. That's already big sip off the board. That's the IQ gone down. And that is a big early pick. But yeah, as I was saying, Organized Chaos don't play this map normally. So they're fine with playing it in the finals because they probably won't end up playing it in the playoffs for CL.
It remains to be seen, that's for sure. But yes, not a very good situation, not a very good start for Sinister Academy. IQ not being able to really find much of anything. I think the first electronic of any sort that she saw was trying to shoot through that wall in which she returned fire. Pulse, you'll see one through the wall as well. Sweater pushing in to that, and Prod holding a very tight angle. I'm not sure if he could quite see somebody down that way yet, but he'll pull off it. He's just kind of a little bit surrounded, getting droned out, etc., but nobody's really putting a strong push on, as Sinister's map control is kind of limited to the very outskirts of the map so far. But here comes the frag. Sweater will find Run Fultz. Immediate refrag. They know he's in the office, or the little room there. Rudy, he'll find him, though. Bring him down in 3v3. Still a minute 20 left to go.
Yeah, still loads of time on the board here for Sinister to get that map control that they so desperately need, and they seem to have all the info they need as well. Smurfing very aware that someone's in the bathroom there. Smokes will go out. We still got our above though, making that vertical play with the shotgun as he does. Sweater does have diffuser. We're going to slow it down, drone it out, and seeing exactly what they want to do here. More smokes going out as well to deny that bathroom push, but Capital also going to go down as Merc goes with him. That's going to be a 3v2 situation, all down to the SAS operators of Art and Oasis. Let's see what they want to do. EMPs go out as well. They start their attack into the site. I feel like they really have to go for the workshop push here and just isolate the defenders, and they will see where one is. Oasis getting spotted out on the here on the workshop door as he tries to push out, gets very aggressive with it. They got to know he's here. Smurfing with a peek, but Oasis takes him down. There's a 2v1 now as Art finds a kill onto Ruti. It's all down to Sweater himself.
Wow, the two last remaining anchors for this defense holding it down really well. The diffuser will go down, but here comes Oasis in the bathroom. I'm not sure if he can hear the diffuser going down or if he just wants to play it safe. He'll push as his teammate will jump and no, a team kill. The diffuser will go down in a horrible turn of events, but Art, he'll clutch it out. He's got that SMG-11. Not even 1 point of damage being done to him. And now the mistake doesn't seem so grim after all. He's looking for the diffuser, can't find it. Finally, it will appear on his screen, and he'll have plenty of time to defuse it. Round number 1, Organized Chaos.
Yeah, see, he didn't throw. He just TK'd him because Fultz TK'd earlier.
That's exactly right. He was like, you know what? I've got time. I might as well get a little bit of revenge. Drop him.
Exactly.
It is the finals. You got to make it a little bit of a nail biter, right?
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah, and you can't test people like that. If you get TK'd, you gotta, blood for blood, right? An eye for an eye. So.
Yeah, you gotta keep that street cred.
Yeah. So we are gonna be that's a really good round for Organized Chaos as well. They kind of threw them up by going to Vents Workshop. It's kind of like not normally the site you go to first. They're gonna go down there, and we are gonna see how that's gonna play out in the long run. I mean, Armory Lockers and Ventilation Workshop are kind of the sites you expect to win on Border. It's kind of win and loss around if you can hold customs and or bathroom tells. I think they'll probably go to bathroom tells simply because there's no mirror. But we'll see.
But we will see indeed. Here we go, round number 2. OC, you said they just did a great job of holding down the fort with the last 2 operators. They had 1 up and 1 down as well. So the attackers kind of had the opportunity to maybe storm the site and clear 1 out. right, get a free kill on one, and then sure, they probably would have gotten refragged from up above, but they had the numbers to allow that, right? Even after the refrag, it'd still be a 2v1, and you could have a plant cover the plant. Now, the last remaining attacker did manage to get the plant down. The TK was very unfortunate for OC, but thankfully, they were able to land the SMG-11 shots. Something that's very difficult to do if you're just a regular player like myself. Get those SMG-11 shots on target. But this is OC we're talking about here, not little old Titangles. So they were able to close it out. Take round number 1 of
Hey, you played in a Pro League qual, man. Don't shut yourself down.
Did I?
You could run these kids. Yeah, didn't you? In like year 1.
Oh, yeah, year 1, season 1. Year 1, season
Yeah.
1. I'm an old man, okay?
There you go.
Young blood. But here we go. About 30 seconds off the board. And I'll tell you what, Sinister on attack, we saw it on Oregon. Thankfully, it was successful for them, but Oregon's a smaller map than Border. They really, really like to take their time. And the thing about it is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, because we're not watching the drones very, very much. We're kind of hopping around watching defenders mostly. Oh, and Sweater will get popped from the window. Border 101. They were actually in the same position, looking through the crack in the bottom of the knocked out window. Last time, I guess nobody paid the price to fall for it round 2. But yeah, that is something that you should be familiar with. And perhaps the whole regular season with a lack of Border was to blame for that mistake.
I mean, you can also, I'm like 90% sure you can still do the runoff from the roof onto the drop down. So kind of interesting that he would go on top of the bus. Maybe you can't do it anymore. Maybe I'm wrong. And with the latest patch, you can't do it.
I think you can, but you take a smidgen of damage.
Yeah, well, that's not going to happen anyway. He's taking even more damage as Merc finds Sippin. Big sip down already. Buck and Zofia off the board early on, but we're still seeing a lot of damage done to OC members, but they still have loads of control here and loads of utility available, and the time is starting to run out. Anthony looking to open up triple here as he will start to, sorry, into archives it looks like, but the Nitro comes out to deny the Thermite. Beautiful.
Yes, it does, and now he'll rotate back out. He has one more to go, and oh, a beautiful little punch hole right there. Rudy will find an easy kill onto Art. Finally, a little bit of success from Sinister, but is it too little too late? Only 1 minute left. Merc, he'll push that hallway. He didn't care that he's damaged at all. He'll actually sit and hold the corner and not expecting it. Yes, he will indeed. Smurfin will find it. He'll get about half of his health taken away in the process, but Merc will die to his low health. So now we're back to even numbers, but not sight control quite yet for the attackers as the smokes are being baited out. Only 30 seconds left to play, and here comes the last remote gas grenade in the hand of Smoke. Smurfin, he'll take some damage from the goo mine and be forced to pull back. Prod, he'll find one with the Alda. Onto Rudy, 3v2, Thermite Good again will make it to the corner with the diffuser, but Oasis will shut down Smurfin and he will be all alone. He'll find one through the smoke, he'll push in, try to find another through the shield, but can't do it. Prod with a 2-piece to finish it out, and that will be OC winning 2 back-to-back.
Almost a great comeback there from Sinister Academy, but unfortunately just couldn't make it happen. I feel like the C4 denial of the Thermite charge going onto the Archives wall, that was the kind of win or loss factor that happened there. So yeah, the fact that that happened, they couldn't get the Thermite charge into Archives, they couldn't get in there, and they were kind of just forced down that one aisle, and you see all the lesion mines going off. Again, Sinister Academy as well kind of had a very spread out attack. It seemed like from the start they were going to go for an officer stake, and that's eventually what did happen. But it was very, very, very slow for them to get in there, and they did have quite a few early picks onto their side. But we will go to Bathroom Tales as predicted, so we'll see how that does go down as we move to round number 3. But as I said, it's kind of win and loss around these sites. If OC can take this defense, they'll probably win the map.
Yeah, so sipping on OJ, we talked about him and how he reflects his team as far as how he's doing. He was the first to get eliminated right away through that soft wall. Round number 1, he was the second to get eliminated with no frags. Round number 2, this is his 3rd operator in 3 rounds that he's attempted. The IQ, the Buck, now on the sledge, trying to find something that works just to get to the groove. But I wouldn't count Sinister Academy out by any stretch of the imagination yet, because we have OC on a less preferred site. That's number 1. And number 2 is they began Oregon up 2-0 versus Sinister before Sinister went on a tear to finish out the half with 4 straight. taking map number 1, as we all just saw. Here we go into round 3. This will be Sinister's opportunity to take it back, because getting it down 3-0 is not a very fantastic situation if you're a team. It's not insurmountable, but that's when it starts becoming a tremendous hill climb to get back into it.
I mean, it's also, once you've got past those first 3 rounds, you now know how your opponent is most likely going to set up the sites. I think it's very unlikely that OC is going to change much up, given the fact that they're going to be saving stuff for the CL playoffs on Friday. That they're probably just not going to change things up. So they'll probably do the same defense setups. Sinister should be able to adapt mid-game to that kind of thing. It should be like, okay, so we know they're going to go vents now. We know what they're going to do for that vent setup. Maybe we can take top floor this time instead. So while, yeah, you are right, 3-0 is not a great situation. And yeah, you are right again. It's not unsurmountable, but you got to get your head in the game. You got to realize what went wrong.
I love watching Merc. He'll just peek anything. Peek, pre-fire, peek. He knows somebody's out there. Just pre-fire. And here comes Sippin. He's not had very much success. And as a matter of fact, I think one of his deaths was indeed at the hand of Merc. Merc, he'll shoot a little very cheeky punch hole. This is actually where Sinister got a kill the previous round through a punch hole in the exact same location. But it will get spotted out by a drone. And, oh, Merc doesn't see them right on the other side. No, he'll probably see them. I'm not sure what's going to happen. They're just pixels away from each other. He'll see the gun. He'll throw some bullets, but he will not connect enough to finish the job. A grenade will go out. I'm not sure if it'll connect with anything. I don't think so. But what a missed opportunity by Merc. He'll pull back to safety. And here's Sweater downstairs working on the bathroom. An enemy nearby as well. Smoke grenade number 1 will get baited out really early. But Anthony, he'll claim the first life onto Fultz. And it will be a 4v5. They're wasting so much time, but unfortunately, too many missed shots by OC. Might come back to bite him at the end. We'll have to wait and see. Anthony, you'll hear some activity downstairs. Sweater, he'll get up one. And Smurfit, he'll get one too. So now, OC getting picked apart. Prod finally will find the first of Sinister, but can it be too late? Still a minute left to go. He'll find a second, but Rudy, he'll find Merc upstairs, a 1v3. Prod will have to ace it if he wants to take OC 3-0.
Yeah, and they'll make their way into the bathroom as well. Prod completely pushed off the site here in Customs. They gotta know he's here. As he pushed into the workshop, they gotta know he's here as well. He goes to pre-fire. Oh, what a kill! Oh my god, Sippin's head comes straight off. As the plan is gonna go down successfully. Prod should know where this is. Legion Mines are gonna go down as he tries to make his way back into the site, but Anthony just holding down where he can, just prone in the site. Ruti from above, some crossbow bolts going down, completely denying that area for Prod to try and rotate in and get the push down. He should be able to go with the pre-fire, but no, Anthony will not let him have it. Sinister Academy will take round number 3, and that is their first attack. And that is really the round that they need to bring themselves back into this game.
I think so too. 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. Now you're starting to run away with it. If you could stop at 3-0 and go to 2-1, it's basically a tie game. It's so early on. There's so much seeds left to be played, so much of the map left to be played, that it's anybody's game, right? Anybody can lose 2 straight, no big deal. Plus, once the flip happens, once they switch sides, anything can happen there too, right? You get a couple of preferred sites, go upstairs, you might do something cheeky downstairs, have to defend in a less preferable site. We've seen this happen before on the last map. A lot can happen, but 3-0 was where things start to get dicey. It can get dicier, but that's where it starts to get dicey. 2-0, no big deal. 2-1, you're right in it. Now, can they keep it up? Right, we had Sippin not get eliminated from the game immediately that time. So that was a step in the right direction. We saw Anthony get a good amount of kills. We saw Sweater, who just tore OC up on defense and border with the Jaeger, had sort of a lackluster attack, but that's okay because his team picked up the slack big time. And that's why when this round started, I was talking about how Sinister is probably playing the best that I've seen them play in a long, long time. You know, Sweater was the latest addition, I believe, to this roster here, and it didn't take him long to fit in, but to them to get back to Sinister-esque performances that we've seen through 4 seasons of CCS took, 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. But now they're here, they're doing great so far, and winning that round was crucial, I believe. Can they keep it up, though? Because winning that one and then just turning it right back, okay, we won it, we could relax a little bit, but getting a little too relaxed, I'm not sure. It's very hard to predict. This is the finals. This is pulling out all the stops. I mean, both of these teams are duking it out harder than any 2 teams have duked it out all season long. Because, really, all of the marbles, like you said earlier, are on the line.
Yeah. The thing I'm, interested in here with this attack is, so they brought the same lineup that they did the last time they attacked ventilation. And they're bringing the IQ, and I can't help but feel the IQ is for the Valkyrie, because the Valkyrie cameras was such an issue on Oregon for Sinister to deal with. There was so much info coming out from OC across the board. I mean, when they attacked Big Tower, there was constant runs. There was 4 kills from runouts from OC. That's going to be a big issue to deal with. I'm glad that Sinister have recognized that issue, but Ruti just got deleted at the start of the first round.
Yes, or actually it was Sippin on OJ.
Oh, Sippin, yeah.
Yeah, that was playing
Sippin,
IQ.
yeah.
So they realized the importance of IQ. Maybe Sippin shouldn't play it. He was just, maybe he's not used to it or something like that. So Rudy, the season-long Shield man, we haven't seen him play Shield yet once, though. Today, we'll switch over to it, being a very good flex player. And just pixels away from ahead, Rudy holding this angle. Will you peek lockers? He'll see the shoulder. Will he get some bullets? Yes, he'll get some bullets down, taking the mute to about 10 health. But not being able to finish him off completely. That's okay. Damage done. One of the anchors being ruthlessly assaulted.
Yeah, I mean, there is a black eye as well on the east stairs. We did just see a little bit of a glimpse of, so they'll be able to know what kind of control the attackers have and what push they are likely to go for. And it is looking like the officers take yet again. Prod able to see someone through this pulse scanner. Close out the Nitro, can't get the kill, but there we go. Goes to the peak, takes him down, but Sippin's in the sight. He takes down Merc, but he tries to get another one from upstairs. He does Sippin with a 2k straight into Armory, but Fultz is going to strike back. Smurfins out of it, and now it's a 3v3 situation. This is not looking too good for OC now, because the big thing that they did well on this site last time is they remained in control of the upstairs, but now Sippin hasn't let them have it.
No, they haven't at all. And as a matter of fact, the second they dropped, there was a TK, but that's okay. It's a 3v3. The numbers, Fultz is just going bananas. He'll find 2 more just like that. 3v1, and he'll close it out. Is that an ace? I know that's at least a 4K.
It was a 4K because the Pulse got one in Passport.
Oh, gross.
Wow, what a deagle shot from Fultz. This guy's crazy.
Fultz is feeling it right now. OC is turning it up. Wow. Great job by him. Great job by OC to not let themselves falter after losing a round and not letting history repeat itself. They went up 2-0 last map, lost 4 consecutively. Not this time around, however. OC 3-1. 2 more rounds before the sides switch.
Fultz with the good 6th pick there from Pulse onto the Pulse, but Capitao coming out from Ruti yet again, as we looks like we are going to move upstairs to an Armory, Lockers, and Archives defense coming out from the Defenders. So we'll see how OC defend this. I really feel like they kind of gave up offices really, really early on here. Last time they defended here, but it went okay with them because they had that hard rush denial in the form of the Nitro. So it can still go well. I'm wondering what kind of take that Sinister want to do here, because if I was Sinister, I would kind of want to do a box take here rather than the Archives take.
Well, again, you know, I think Sinister's been playing it very situationally, and they've been taking a lot of time prior to entering the building. They've been doing a split push. They've been doing a lot of intel. The problem is, when you take that amount of time, how stale is the information when it's time to act on it, right? If you send a drone in 2 rooms ahead of where you currently are, sure, okay, maybe they've got, maybe you find out they're 6-pin or something like that. But really, you know, you're not going to be able to have, you're not going to have actionable intel by the time it's time to move over there, unless you have drone at somebody's feet. Maybe perhaps they're spending a little bit too much time holding down angles. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It seemed to be working overall, but right now when they start to fall behind a couple of rounds, 3-1 situation, for example, now it might be time to switch it up and put some people who are just having a lot of luck on the gun game with a drone at their feet, or maybe even 2 drones at their feet, and just really trying to push the envelope a little bit. Sinister's had a lot of success getting kind of, you know, playing a little bit of in-your-face style.
I mean, my big thought is what I was saying earlier with the fact that you're now into the second half of your attacks, and you should now be very, very aware about what your opponent is going to do, how they're going to set up the sites, and OC basically set this up the same way they did last time. And knowing all of this, you know that this box take is going to be a lot easier. But Merc actually is set up for impact tricking this box wall here, so this actually might be very interesting. But as predicted, Sinister are indeed going to go for this box take. So what you can do here is where Merc is, he has an impact, and you can throw the impact right at the bottom of this wall and deny the thermite charger, because Bound is banned. They know that it's going to be successful no matter what happens.
Yeah, I love that straight on Claymore. Let's see if it's actually effective, because again, we've seen a couple of runouts already by OC. Even this round, we've seen one. And oh, Rudy will find one. Not paying attention. That'll be Oasis off the board. A very big playmaker. But he'll find one and damage the heck out of another. But Sippin, he'll peek the corner. Sweater gets one of his own. Art, he'll refrag. So 2 and 2 right there. Merc, he'll make it back 2-2 overall. Just like that, a flurry of kills, about 15 seconds, and 5 people hit the deck. 38 seconds left on the play clock. Thatcher really weak, as is the Legion, but they've got a lot of utility to try and deny these attackers. All 3 gas grenades in hand. Number 1 will go out, and this is big trouble here for the attackers. But Thatcher droning from the backside. Is he actually on the backside as well? No, he's not. He just has a drone over there. Both of them are right there. Smoke number 2 in hand. Only 13 seconds left to go. Smurfit, he'll find him though. And oh my gosh, Smurfit, he will flank from main hall. And beautiful timing. He'll find them both. Sinister will bring it right back. 3-2.
Sinister looking completely different, right? I mean, even the other round that they also went on border, they had really good drone work. They had really good intel persistently throughout. And you kind of mentioned on that a little bit about how that drone work hasn't exactly been spot on during their other attack rounds. But that one was absolutely pixel perfect. And that as well. So I talked about the box take. So they went up for it. I don't know if they actually got the armory wall open or not. I'm going to guess they didn't. But the fact that they rotate from there immediately to an office take within 20 seconds, I want to say, is absolutely incredible. The great bait and switch that came out. OC was convinced this could be a box take. They rotated around out of there. They completely did not expect 3 members just to straight in through offices, straight into archives. They're on top of them. That is great side control from Sinister. And right at the end there as well, it proves they have that persistent intel. Otherwise, Smurfin wouldn't be able to get those 2 kills. And absolutely beautifully played from Sinister here. This is some really good siege coming out from there. And Organized Chaos, they're definitely meeting their match right now. 4-2 scoreline is not going to be a bad to go into the second half. 3-3 is kind of more what you'd expect for a border. We're going to go back to Armory Lockers, and it looks like OC is going to set this up in fairly the same way. Although, actually, no, they brought a bandit this time.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They decided maybe perhaps the mute not as effective. They were very effective as a duo round 1. That is before
I think what he's going to try and do here is going to try and bandit trick onto triple wall, because they're going to expect an office take, or he's going to bandit trick onto armory, and that's why they brought the Jaeger as well, because otherwise you can't do this without the Jaeger, because they could have set a Jaeger ADS like Canadian or something like that, so you can't get naded from the skylight.
Yeah.
So
and they did reinforce they did reinforce the office sandwich wall.
The triple
well.
wall, yeah. And the sandwich wall, yeah, they did.
So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, that's kind of been where Sinister has been going to. So that's a pretty good call by the IGL there on OC to just put a little bit more of their utility in that direction. And here you go. We'll see Sweater just kind of go on that side already. Northeast balcony. He'll get the door open. He'll probably try to eliminate that soft wall there too with one of those Zofia grenades. We'll have Rudy open up the window too. You actually see, and you see that little bit of damage he took? That was from him jumping from the roof, like we had talked about earlier. So
yeah, so you can do it still.
Yes.
So good.
But you sacrifice a little bit of health, but that's better than dying from the little slit in the bottom of the window any day of the week. So it's nice to see that they're learning from their mistakes. So now you'll see a very heavy rotation over towards CCTV, and they will take full control of that as well. Just to watch that bait. I'm not sure if it's because they've decided to commit to pillbox. It doesn't look like that is the case. Just to cut off any rotation of main hallway to wrap around and try and get onto offices, as that wall has been reinforced looking towards site from CCTV as well. Oh, and that
Fultz is trying to figure out where to put his pre-placed C4 here. It looks like as he's like pinging things, getting on his camera, seeing where that is. He's definitely trying to find out where he is. He's gonna creep around. He knows exactly where his C4 goes out, and he gets baited. Oh no! Fultz put so much work into that C4. I feel sorry for him.
Yeah, he found it out perfectly. Found the money spot and just couldn't connect right at that second they pulled off the road. The wall will get opened up, I believe. No, did he stop it? He did.
No, he denied it. Yeah,
he did stop it. What? I mean, the last possible second you could have denied that. Great impact grenade there, and that is one of the thermite charges deleted. Very good Evil Eye, giving a lot of intel through the hole in the pillbox that they give it. But Sippin, he'll open things up with that SMG. 11 kill onto Art, and that switch to Sledge after being unsuccessful with the Buck, unsuccessful with the IQ, has really paid off. Sweater looking through the slit of half wall. He'll maybe see somebody, maybe not. Rudy waiting for somebody to jump into office. He'll find two, as a matter of fact, and he will push a little bit deeper. And now full site control, and Plants goes down. Rudy, he's just killing everybody. He'll kill his teammate. Sweater will find one. Merc, he'll find one. But Rudy with the 4K, killing everybody in sight. And that will get
he got
Sinister.
a 5K because he killed Sweater as well.
That is, or perhaps some would say 3 because the TK is -1. Either way, 5 bodies hit the floor at the hands of Rudy and Sinister. Will tie things up 3 apiece.
Yeah, he's really sick of it right now. He's not taking any prisoners right now, and we'll see how exactly it's going to work out as we go to an Armory Lockers Archives defense coming out from Sinister to kick things off on their defenses. If I was OC right now, I'd be very worried. At the same time, it's a lot of money, Ty.
It's a lot of money.
And you're thinking at this point, I know they probably won't do it. They 100% have things they could pull out for Border here.
Yeah. Now,
or like a little bit differently.
Even for OC might earn a Pro League spot, but monetarily, it's more money than they get if they won Challenger League.
Challenger League, yeah.
So
yeah, it is. It's a lot of money.
So here we go. Sweater we'll see on the dock. Interesting. We saw Rudy on the dock quite a bit. And because Sweater is giving up the Jaeger, we'll see Sippin on OJ pick up the Jaeger. So a couple little roll swaps going on there. I'm not sure if Sweater has something sneaky. He has been running out quite a bit. We'll wait and see if he's got something planned for something cheeky now that they've brought the round count back to even, to the half, after being down 3-1 at one point. So, interesting little mix-up, and you know, the way that they had it set up was working pretty well on defense the last time around with Sweater taking that Jaeger. But perhaps they've decided, hey, here on Border, maybe we've got something a little else something a little bit different up our sleeves for OC.
Potentially. I mean, when we saw OC on their defenses, even though it wasn't like a new strat at all, like the impact tricking strategy they had on like both sides was definitely interesting. Swear is going to go for the spawn peak as well, but we saw this last time, but not going to happen just yet. Goes to the pre-fires, but not able to score any kills just yet, as the majority of OC will spawn outside of Valley instead.
Smurfin will go down to his knees, but not get finished. I'm not sure exactly where or why or how, but he will get picked back up. That's interesting with Doc on the team, that he will get lifted back up, whereas the stem would have gotten him back to, what, 75, right?
Yeah.
So, but he'll get actually picked up. Maybe he's in just a tricky situation. He needs to get picked up and move. But he'll run back. He'll get the stem. And he'll get healed back up. It's nice to have a Doc on the team when something like that happens. And there he is. Back to full health. No harm, no foul. And the round will continue.
I think it's actually kind of more efficient to do it that way, honestly. To pick him up and then dock him, rather than dock him straight up.
Well, if you want to get him back to full health, yeah. But if you just want to use one stem, you know, 75 might be good enough. Probably not in the finals, though. Let's be honest.
Let's see. Merc is going to be playing outside of Armory Lockers here to see what he can do. Oh my god, what? I mean, that's one way to bandit trick the wall. You just kill the guy.
Into 3 people?
How does he not go down for that? Oh my god, this man's crazy.
That was brutal. He didn't even get one lick of damage put on him.
Nope.
Sippin, he'll find one on the Art. The wall will get open, but is it too little too late? Minute and a half left. Half wall contention being done, and the operator with the grenades, the Buck, he'll be killed. There will go one fire arrow. I'm not sure where to, though. It definitely won't be to half wall. I'm not sure if they know somebody's still behind there. Or perhaps they're you know, a little bit hesitant to peek. Fultz with a one tap onto Sippin, though. And that will be Sippin removed heftily. Second firebolt will go out. Some shots through the soft wall. So Thatcher primes and ready. And Prod will find one with the firebolt. So that will be Rudy gone off the board, the bandit. And so now a 3v3 after a beautiful couple of kills from Sinister. Still a minute left to go, and a lot of that pillbox area control for the defense. They just have Sweater with the shield protection, as well as one in the closet to deal with. I'm not sure if there's one on the flank. No, it looks like they're all right there outside of pillbox, just gathering as much intel before making the final push. They got 2 of those smoke bolts to try and make that diffuser stick.
Yeah, and Sweater will boost himself just for this final push as he comes in. Smokes continue to go out. This is really not looking good for OC to try and get the push in and go for this plant. Oasis has diffuser in hand, and flashes are going to go out. They know exactly where Sweater is. More smokes are going to continue to go out from both sides here, as the pre-fire is coming out from Sweater as well. EMPs go down, all this utility being put down as the final tactical smoke comes out, but there's a bulletproof cannon here the whole time. Sweater peeks off of it. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. No, he can't. Prod shuts him down before he can do anything. It's all down to Prod, but he can't find anything to make it work. Sinister Academy take their first defense in insanely aggressive fashion around that box wall.
There, that was nice by Sweater to get the 2-piece. A little bit greedy for the pistol. I mean, this is the finals. You don't want to take any chances at all. Just drop back, reload. It's 3v1. Play it smart. Either way, he got the 2-piece. Swell job. Thankfully, Anthony, from the floor with the shotgun, was able to clean that up and give Sinister their first lead of this map. Border, starting off 2-0. They saw themselves at 3-1. So they've won 3 consecutive rounds, including the first attack, to bring it to 3-4. OC now starting to feel the sweat drip down their foreheads. As really, Sinister Academy, if they could chain 3 together again at any point before Organized Chaos can manage to win 3 total, it will be all over. And Sinister will raise the trophy of Season 4.
It's definitely looking a bit squiffy right now for OC. If I'm in that position, I'm not feeling good about the situation right now. 4-3 into the favor of Sinister. I mean, as you said, like 3-3, 50-50 split is kind of what you'd expect on Border. It is kind of be one of those 50-50 maps. Sinister are looking pretty impressive, though. Armory Lockers is one of the easier sites to defend, though. So I wouldn't put it all into their favor right now. But Sinister already took Oregon off Organized Chaos, which is something we definitely didn't expect. And Border, I would say, is more into the favor of Sinister Academy, especially with their performance yesterday on it, where they beat Ocean Creature 7-1. Things are looking really, really good for them, especially because Sinister are a lot better on defense than they are on attack, generally speaking.
They have shown themselves to, yes, be better on defense, especially in Oregon. Here, it's been back and forth.
Well, yesterday they won 5 defenses in a row, I think.
They won most of everything
against Ocean Creatures
yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, 14-3 scoreline over 2 maps. So they were just winning Siege yesterday.
Sure.
But here we go, and now it's OC's turn to take a little bit of time. But no, they'll actually have full control over CCTV, as well as the balcony outside of Pillbox. Lots of drones coming in, seeing what sort of resistance is being laid upstairs, as Organized Chaos has a lot of destruction potential to start opening up the floor above site. Looks like right now only 1, maybe 2 spread out upstairs, but Capital will be the first life claimed here in round 8, and that will be sipping on OJ, getting him down with the SMG-11, finishing him off with the shotgun solo over on East Gate.
That is a top fragger down as well.
What?
What? How does Fultz get that knife? What? Hello? But that Sweater just shoots him in the head, but Sweater brought a gun to a knife fight, apparently.
That's a clip.
As he'll go down for it.
There
we
go.
go.
Like his
be
knife
a
was
4v3.
just beginning to swing.
Apparently the knife is quicker than the bullet here. So there's a lesson to be learned there, I guess. But Sinister still holding on. They have kind of lost their upstairs control, and Ruti is not looking the right way down the highway as he'll go down. Merc picks up Surfing as well, but instantly traded by sipping on OJ. As it's now a 2v2. It's all down to Oasis and Art to bring this round in. But if they lose this event's attack, it's not the end of the world, of course. Oh no, that's not a great start.
No, but those 2 kills might be the Q kills. There's so much time left Merc coming in, slipping in sight, and getting those 2 key kills might be all it takes. Now here comes the first smoke, but there's only there's still 51 seconds left. That's pretty early to start throwing the smokes out. Nuke, he'll be holding an angle out front door, and oh, he'll get some damage down on Oasis. I was wondering if Oasis's drone managed to see that. But he will get lit up just a little bit. And we've seen this before. We've seen the smoke mute combo come out on the other side of the fence. OC, Art, he'll jump in, but get shut down immediately by Anthony through the soft wall, actually through the bottom. And now we just have a half-health Thermite. He'll run all the way into the back of sight. Not sure if they're going to hear him. Oh, what a shot with the pistol to the dome. 1v1, full sight control. The last one's up top. He'll peek down. He'll see him. What? He didn't get the kill. Are you kidding me? The choke. The choke from sipping on OJ. Oasis with 1 health. The plant will go down. It looks like it will go down successfully.
He has no SMG 11 bullets.
Yes,
he has to use the shotgun.
Oh. That was
God.
Interesting round, to say the least. The last time we saw the smoke mute combo, it was a nail biter. It ended up being a 1v1. And here we flip sides. We see Sinister with the last 2 alive smoke mute, and it was equally a nail biter. And see, that, ladies and gentlemen, is what happens when I shoot the SMG-11, right? I just shoot a pattern on the wall around the guy I was shooting at. So luckily he got in there with the shotgun, managed to finish it off. Well played. And now Sinister will pull one more away from OC, bringing it 5-3, 2 rounds shy of the ultimate #1 spot CCS Season 4 victory here in this final match.
I can't believe Sippin almost threw that. That's wild. But we'll now see him on a very familiar role as we go to Bathroom Tellers. We will see him on the Clash. Oh, no.
Or will he?
That's unfortunate. I mean, I feel like picking a Clash into a team that's going to pick Zofia and Capital is really not a good idea, especially when they're bringing nades as well. OC tend to be a team that bring the same lineup for pretty much every single attack, especially when we're on such a, not a linear map as Border, but kind of a patterny map, if you know what I mean. Like, you don't have to really heavily adapt your attacker lineup. You can take the same lineup here on Border and Oregon, really.
Well, upstairs, the defenders will go, and they will do a very similar setup to what we saw from Organized Chaos, with a lot of reinforcing being done, as well as the ADS open up the hatch, looking down through it to defend the site. I would imagine we'll see some sort of defense in servers as well. That will remain to be seen, as it looks like a lot of drone saving coming out here from Organized Chaos. I wonder if they're going to attack East Stairs.
Yeah, like that's what I was thinking about, right? Because of the 2 drones outside of East Stairs there. Like, Borders are an interesting map to attack, especially where Bathroom Tellers are confirmed. But really, this is all about getting that upstairs control. And Sinister did this beautifully last time. They had so much intel on what was going on in the site, and in this top floor area specifically, that it was just all going right for them. But Fultz instantly starting things off with the EMP on the triple wall, trying to get in here. This is also a very similar situation to what Sinister were in during their attacks. By their 3rd attack, they were looking at Bathroom Tellers, and things were not looking insanely great for them. But they managed to start to bring it back. So OC might be in a similar situation. Nades coming out, I believe, from the skylight here from Merc. And this is the kind of like skylight nade that I was talking about before, where you really need a Jaeger if you're going to try and penetrate the triple wall.
Right, and we saw them put the ADS down right there by the hatch as well. And so far, so good. We got 2 Thatchers gone as he threw 2 right away. But Fultz, he'll find one lingering downstairs as he comes down East Stairs. And perhaps they might see that Bathroom Tank might be in the future of Organized Chaos, as Fultz is kind of free to roam around. Rudy, he'll find one. Anthony will push right up to the window. Somebody will repel right outside. He'll back off, though. No harm, no foul. Sweater, he'll find one onto Fultz. So that will be the lone Thatcher. And the hard breach at Thatcher potential completely gone. There will be no opening pillbox here in offices at all. And now Sinister feeling pretty darn comfortable upstairs, as we still have 2 of the attackers out on East Balcony.
OC just have no entry frag right now, and they're going to start getting fragged themselves. Where all the way from 90, he's going to find one, but R instantly trades it out right onto Smurfin. And now it's a 2v3. All down to R and Merc to try and bring this in. They have no thermite, but Thermite post-mortem has already done his job, so it's not going to be too bad for them at all. They've opened up triple wall. They managed to get into offices, get that control that they need. They just need that kill that they need. But there's still loads of utility up for the defense right now, and they still have loads of control. The fact that 50 seconds left, they still have this obsessed control in offices, this is a disaster right now for OC. Sweater still aiming there on the flank. Ruti moving back to the site. No C4s left remaining from the defense, so slightly less utility than you would have them believe. As Art moves to the offices, but Anthony's not having any of it as he does go down. And Merc is going to try and recover the diffuser here and try and get straight into offices. 30 seconds left to go on the clock. This is not looking good. He just hop in. Anthony sees him, but he goes down for it. Now 1v2, but 20 seconds left to go on the clock. There is just no time left remaining. Sweater making his way slowly onto the top of E-stairs. He's got to know that Merc's in here. He sees him, but Merc sees him right on back. The reverse coming out from both sides, but no hits confirmed. As Sweater peeks out yet again, he sees that the Buck is starting to do some construction work here, but Ruti from the hatch just below it is gonna shut him down. Sinister Academy take their third consecutive defense round, and they put themselves on series point.
Series point, match point, CCS Season 4 champion point for Sinister Academy right now. Organized Chaos, we're sitting 3-1 over Sinister Academy here on Border at 1 point. Sinister will win 5 straight, including both sides, both defense and offense, in that win streak. And will now 1 round away from total victory here in CCS Season 4. OC will have to win 3 straight to even have a chance at bringing it to overtime. What can be done to stop Sinister Academy?
Well, I mean, as we say, when you get into the second half, you now know what kind of setup they're going to do. You know how they're going to play the map. You know what they're going to do. Also, I want to say that Prod hasn't had a kill in 3 rounds, I'm pretty sure. So that does speak a lot to his now new role, I guess, when he's on the attack. He's 10-7, he was 10-5 before, I'm pretty sure. So it's not looking good for OC. I'll give you that much, Ty. I wouldn't say it's over yet, just because of how Sinister have held this. It's looking like pretty much the exact same way they're going to hold it again. However, they now have the Maestro cam going down, where the Bulletproof cam would have gone down, unless they're also going to put a Bulletproof there as well. Like, if anything, actually the Bulletproof is a little bit more useful than the Maestro, because the Bulletproof can only be disabled by the Thatcher. It can't be destroyed by a Thatcher, whereas the Maestro can be disabled and then shot by the Thatcher. So, you know, if anything, the Bulletproof is actually a little bit more reliable.
Yes, indeed. So Thatcher will take some shots out to the normal spots right off the bat, taking a very, very slow approach. I mean, I'm not going to say that OC at this point is perhaps playing a little bit scared, as a lot of bullets are just going back and forth through all these pre-fire angles. I'm not going to say that OC's playing scared, but, I mean, they have everything to lose by even the simplest mistake. Sinister Academy can afford multiple mistakes and throw away multiple rounds and still be able to close this out without going into overtime. Then, if for some reason we go into overtime, they still have a chance to close it out. Then, if for some reason they throw a whole bunch of rounds and we manage to go to map 3, they still have a chance to win it on map 3. So, Sinister sitting very pretty, playing extremely comfortable. OC, the opposite end of the spectrum. Here we go. The Thermite will get the pillbox wall opened up without any resistance. We'll have Rudy down below. Not sure if he got spotted on that drone, but he will see that drone and take it out. Still, though, it will be the bandit down below, so it's not like they have too much intel other than the fact that there are some evil eyes. This time, they'll attempt to take out that shield, but a Jaeger and ADS will find it. Rudy, he'll get the first kill onto Oasis. A 4v5. 4 more to find, separating Sinister Academy from first place.
Not looking too good at all for OCs. They've lost their Thermite, they've lost their Book. That's Nade's gone as well. There's so much utility gone right now from OC, but they'll start to deploy it regardless. Rod coming out onto the other side as well. Still has just about that full utility up. Still Zofia charges on the board as well. The Sippin does have this ADS, but still playing around it fairly aggressively. But Fultz will find the head of Smurfin. He goes down. And we move into the last minute of the round tie. It's not looking too good. Sinister are starting to flank around. Sweater comes round, Sippin takes down Art. It's a 2v4, all down to Fultz and Prod as Fultz finds one in the archives and Prod finds one of his own. Sippin goes down, Anthony strikes back. It's all down to Prod in a 1v2 clutch situation. The MT4 now just goes to the spray, but Anthony won't let him have it. And he goes for the teabag to finish off the season. Sinister Academy take round number 10, and they will take the final 2-0. They will be your CCS Season 4 North American champions.
Sinister Academy taking first place overall in the last game of the regular season, coming in, decimating Ocean Creatures in the semifinals, 2-0ing what could be considered one of the strongest North American teams on the planet in OC. Sinister Academy, your CCS Season 4 champions. Congratulations to you. And I said this, I think before Oregon was even over, maybe after the break, but Sinister Academy over the last 2 days, I've seen them play great. We've doted on them about being the only team to make all 4 seasons of CCS by placing high enough to auto qualify for the next season. I've seen Sinister Academy play good. I've seen Sinister Academy play bad. And everywhere in between. And tonight is some of the best Siege I've seen Sinister Academy play. And here they are, sitting atop the pile, CCS Season 4 champions, the biggest season ever in CCS history. Sinister Academy will take home the gold. Any thoughts, Mr.
Fitting
Surnett?
conclusion. It's just a really fitting conclusion. I mean, I kind of said it before during the preamble that a lot of the underage players see this as their league where they can prove themselves, where they could come in and play. They can't play ESL because ESL is 18 plus. CCS, we allow a 16 plus to play with parental consent. This is where that underage talent could prove that they deserve to play at those higher levels. They can get the experience that they so desperately need. Sinister Academy just shut down one of the best teams in NA right now. Definitely in the, I would say, in like the top 10.
Absolutely.
And yeah, there's no other bigger proving factor than that, really. You can go home and you can say, Organized Chaos, they're saving strats for playoffs, they're not taking it as seriously, but there's a lot of money on the line.
Yes.
They were playing that game seriously, and you can tell with the things that they were doing, with the impact tricking and things like that, and specific strategy being run. They weren't playing maps that they normally play. That could have been a factor, but you can't take that away from Sinister Academy. They played that insanely well. They caused a big upset here today. I think a lot of people would have come in, and we said as well during the Streif app voting that a lot of people favored Organized Chaos here. Sinister Academy have completely disproven that. They have proven this is an underage league where the underages are allowed to reign, and there's a lot of talent here.
A tremendous amount of talent. These are underagers. A lot of fantastic Siege in their future when they become of age to compete at the highest level. Make note of Sinister Academy and their players, because you're going to see them going places. But that will conclude our broadcast, not only for tonight, but for Season 4. We thank you so much for joining us. We hope you hit that follow button. You probably aren't going to hear from us for a while as we make preparations for the future of CCS. In the background, make sure you're following us on Twitter at CCS Esports. You can follow myself, Ty Tangles, and my friend over here, down there, Sternav. Our Twitters are down below. Make sure you're following CCS, though, for any great news about if you want to get involved in CCS, qualifiers, staff positions, etc., all coming out in the future. Again, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. I think Sternav and I are going to go watch Game of Thrones. I don't know. It's pretty late over there.
Hell yeah, I'm watching Game of Thrones.
Absolutely. Me too. Me too. And thank you, folks, for those of you that stopped by after Game of Thrones was over. I couldn't even watch chat because I didn't want to see what went down. But anyway, that will conclude our broadcast tonight. Special shout out to Vulcan, all of our volunteer staff at CCS. Thank you all tremendously for all the hard work you put in this season. And especially a big thanks to you, the fans who support us. I mean, we're a community league, and you guys are what keep us going. So we're glad that we can put on an entertaining show for you. We're going to have some feedback that we're going to tweet out where you can come and take a little short survey. Just tell us about how we're doing, what can we do better. and we take information like that and we improve our product to you to make the games more entertaining, et cetera, et cetera. So look out for that as well. But that will be it for tonight, folks. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Monday tomorrow, and we will see you in Season 5.
See you later, guys. It was fun.
Down to the ground, you're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the better below. You said myself that this is the last time. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I had myself for you. On the ground, I know the truth. I know the truth. Oh, now I'm on the ground. I know the truth. I'm shaking now, 'cause you say those things, then shut me out. Got no clue what you have found. I'm a rose in thorns, but you cut me down. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the better below. You said myself that this is the last time. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I had myself for you. I know the truth. Oh, now I know the truth. I had myself for you. Let it down, let it down, let it down, sometimes. Let it down, let it down, let it down, sometimes. These feelings inside, butterflies fly with me tonight. These feelings inside, butterflies fly with me tonight.
Made of glass, it seems to shatter